Hey everyone, Abigail Reese speaking, and this video is going to be just a few tips when it comes to prospecting. If you're using social media sites like Facebook, LinkedIn, etc., and you are prospecting people to see if they are in need of anything that you might be offering with your business, then just a few tips that we've learned along the way goes a long way. For example, wow, this is embarrassing, but this time last year, well, no, actually, January, February last year, when I first started prospecting people, and I was absolutely clueless. I mean, I'm sure many of you can relate to getting a great big wall of text from a complete stranger with links and, oh, check this out, and exclamation point, and capitalizing certain words, the kind of thing, just a big wall of text. I mean, how effective is that really? I know for a fact that that doesn't work, and I know exactly how I felt when I received those, and I still receive those to this day. But it kind of makes me smile because it reminds me of what I was like early last year. But obviously we've come a long way since then. You do that a lot, and then you very quickly find out that it doesn't work, or you get blocked, or you get annoyed, angry messages sent back to you, and rightly so. And so just a few tips here that I've found to be good ways of doing it if you are going the free traffic route and you're sending messages to people on Facebook, or let's use Facebook for example. And one of the first things I like to do is, first of all, find out a bit about them. Find out like what they're into. If you ask someone what they're promoting these days, or what kind of stuff they're into, and they say, oh, I'm all about crypto, and that's it, I only do crypto, then obviously they're not going to be the kind of person that's going to want to buy a coaching site, or join a rev share or something like that. And not that I'm in any rev shares, by the way, but I know a lot of people are. So it's really important to sort of find out what they're about first of all. If somebody has a great front end business, they got their business and they're just promoting the business, then maybe something like a marketing system that they can brand themselves with, if they are ready at that level to start branching out and making videos and things like that, then perhaps that could be something of offer to them. If they're just starting out and they're kind of getting their feet wet in the industry and they don't really quite know what direction to go in, then talking to them about what you're doing, or showing them, better still, showing them what you're doing, and perhaps that's something that they might be interested in, because it's a very clear guide. It's a very clear step plan of how to do things. And so really it all depends who you're talking to, what they're about. If I'm talking to someone and they're a 7-figure earner and they're got all kinds of stuff on the go like that, then obviously there's absolutely nothing that I can possibly offer that person, nor would I even attempt to pitch them, unlike I did early last year. You can imagine how that worked out and the kind of responses I got then. But yeah, you've got to find out what these people are about, and first of all, find out if there's even a need for anything you have, and then if there is a need, find out if it's something that they want to take a look at. Don't ever just send people your link unsolicited, without their permission, without knowing if that's even something that could be useful to them, because there are so many different products out there and some people are only all about cryptos. Now if someone's all about cryptos, then it would make sense for me to talk about the crypto that we have on the back end of our plan, not promote the plan to them, not try and say, hey, check out all 4 parts, whatever. That's pointless, because they're only about crypto. But if they're just about crypto, then of course I will mention our crypto one to them, because that's what they're into, that's what they're about. So just a little tip there when it comes to prospecting with people, uh, using free traffic methods and reaching out and connecting with people. And, as well as another thing, it's good to not try and pitch people anyway, because it's more a case of sharing if there's a need there, and if there's something that they could potentially or possibly need, and having a conversation with that person and building a connection with that person is a really great way of doing that. If you find someone in a particular group, say you're promoting a company that's very similar to another, and you could go over to the members of that group and just send them a message telling them that you found them there and that you're doing something similar, and is that something they'd like to take a look at. Sometimes I've done that approach. But then again, I've also had some really amazing conversations with people, where you end up learning from each other, and there's things that they might have a great traffic source that's really working for them even better. They might have their own tips from their own experiences along the way. You might have some value that you can give to them of things that they don't know. So it's good to be able to share your experiences and give any tips and any value back to these people as well. So it's a great platform for making some really good connections with people, and long-term connections as well. This is very much a people business, and remember that people join people, they don't join businesses. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you like our videos, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll put our link in the description below for what we're doing. But I'll just mention this picture on my desktop before I go. And this is actually a place that's very, very close to where I live and where I grew up. And it's one of my most favorite places. That whole little, it's actually is a street, believe it or not, but it's like little cobbled stones all the way down, and there's a waterfall at the top, and it's really pretty. So I like that. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.